and welcome to the Amazon Kindle Plus Google module, creating your own digital books to sell via your Kindle direct publishing account backed by Amazon's tremendous e-commerce system. Hey there, this is Qzx899 and I want to welcome you to this special OMG Project X video training, step-by-step video training series that we put together. What this video overview is in combination with the material that I put together, the printed material I put together in the Project X blueprint. So you can follow through the videos here, and then you can go to the Project X blueprint for a lot of the link information, and I'll discuss that and point those out as we go along. So let's go ahead and get started on our fantastic journey here. What I did is I put together the best practices overview of about 6 key areas, and I want to talk about how big the Kindle market is. If you've been to Amazon, you probably heard about the Kindle, that's why you're here. But we're really going to dig into how to create a great selling product to really excel the topic in the Kindle product that you want to put together. I'm going to show you how to brainstorm and create your own content. We're going to talk about the 6 key components of the best-selling Kindle book. Then I'm going to talk about, in 2 different parts, how to write and build your Amazon book. We're going to talk about how to create it in your Microsoft Word and then convert it into a .mobi file through a great open source program called Calibre. Then we're going to help you walk you through on how to set up your Kindle direct publishing account and how to actually upload your book. Then we're going to talk about how your Amazon Kindle page can be optimized through SEO marketing strategies. We've got some great things we'll talk about there. So let's go ahead and get into it. I've also put together a suggested resources in a variety of links that I put in the Project X blueprint. And the key things that we talk about is obviously getting your Kindle direct publishing account at kdp.amazon.com. Then we're going to need some software. The first thing we want to get is a free open source product called Calibre that you can also use for your PC and Mac. Then also I want you to download the Kindle software program for PC or Mac so that we can take the actual Kindle product. Once it's converted, we can actually look at it, see what it's going to look like on the Amazon Kindle reviewer. Also, I like to go and use the Microsoft Office program. If you've got existing Microsoft Office available, great. If not, you can go through the Microsoft Office 365 for the PC or Mac, and they've got a great offer where you can get the entire suite for about $10 a month. Then various resources in the Project X blueprint. We've talked about the Amazon Kindle help topics, the official Kindle direct publishing main forum page, the official Kindle direct publishing forum and formatting information, creating a Kindle book cover image, I got a lot of details there, and then fine-tuning your Kindle book through Microsoft Word by Declan Connor, and also help tools about converting your HTML to Mobi. So let's go ahead and get into it. So let's talk about how really big the Kindle market is. I'm sure you probably realize that it's going to be pretty substantial. Once Amazon introduced the Kindle in November 2007, it really kicked off the digital e-reader age. And according to an article in the Amazon Kindle Crunchbase blog, over 90,000 books were available for download at launch, and that catalog grew to over 160,000 by August of 2008 and was growing by over 25,000 titles per month. And the entire market is explosive. As well, in 2010, Amazon Kindle accounted for an incredible 62.8% of all e-reader shipments, which shows you how large and dominant the Kindle market in the e-reader market is. Additionally, per article in Forbes, it estimated that Kindle devices really stood at roughly 20 million units in the year 2013, bringing around $3.9 billion. That's $3.9 billion was an estimated book sales of between 265 to 530 million per year, based on average that people were downloading anywhere from 5 to 10 books with an average sale of about $6. Now, most of the Kindle products that you're going to sell probably anywhere from 99 cents. We'll talk about that, up to $2.99, up to maybe $9, depends on what the topic is. And according to a recent article in Morgan Stanley, it's estimated that Amazon earns 11% of the revenue from its Kindle books, and that's going to contribute, and I would say that's maybe get up to 10, maybe over 15 to 18% as time goes on. Also, this doesn't include any of the figures for the Kindle app downloads for your non-Kindle devices like smartphones, tablets, and computers. Let's don't forget that some Kindle books are free with the Amazon Prime subscription, and at the end of 2013, Amazon acquired over 1 million new Prime members, and on Cyber Monday of 2013, Amazon sales were a jaw-dropping 426 items per second. That's incredible. An Amazon Prime service, which is estimated at about 20 million subscribers, has an annual fee of $79, which may go up in the future, and features free shipping on Amazon purchases, Prime Instant Video, and most importantly, the Kindle Lending Library. Additionally, Amazon has recently announced their Kindle Unlimited program, where you get unlimited reading and unlimited listening for any device for a monthly subscription fee of $9.99. Now, the program currently offers about 600,000 titles. However, you need to review the Kindle Direct Publishing to see how this is going to impact your commissions for titles, so stay tuned for updates. And as reading books via digital download increase with Amazon boosting the Kindle market share and backed with free downloadable Kindle software to your favorite non-Kindle device and Amazon Prime service, you can quickly see how leveraging your own Kindle book or series of books can help boost your product or service. Now remember, Amazon wants you to make money, and they make money when you make money. However, when only your products visit and convert to buyers, and the best practices material will help you succeed, and that's when we're going to really take action. So now it's time to leverage the over 320 million visitors that come to Amazon every month, and your Kindle book needs to be in front of that market, and that's what we're going to talk about in this video series. So in the next video, we're going to talk about how to brainstorm and create your great content. So I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Hello and welcome to the Amazon Kindle plus Google OMG style. This is Qzx899, and in this video we're going to talk about how to brainstorm and create your great content. Your Kindle book can be on any topic, whether it's fiction or nonfiction, children's book or step-by-step tutorial, etc., and the sky is the limit based on your imagination. However, if you're promoting a service or product or concept and your main focus is to generate leads and you're building your mailing list or pre-framing or even pre-selling your prospect to your product, there are various ways you can leverage your existing content into the Kindle property, and we're going to cover just a few of the examples on how you can transform your existing content into an expanded Kindle book. The first topic is what I would refer to as the large blog posts. Now, if you have a blog with a featured post, you can take that content, which would contain articles, subheadings, and then it can be used as chapters, and the article bullets can then be used as subheadings. Now, you can use a blog post as your framework and expand the content and add examples and or stories. The length of the style of the book would be around 10,000 to 12,000 words in my estimation. And additionally, you can create links in the post to link to your book, and the link should open up a new window into your Amazon book, as well as add links into your Amazon book back to your blog. This is really great because what you're doing is you're taking your existing content and you're linking out to your book, Amazon book, in the book title, and then within the book it links back to your blog property. Works really well. Next, let's talk about interviews with experts. Now, you can seek out experts in your field and you can ask them to do interviews for your Kindle book, and interviewing experts can help lend credibility to your book, as well as you can leverage their names of your speakers via your Kindle book description for SEO purposes, and they will really love you for that. You'll need to get maybe 4 to 5 experts and interview them and record the conversation via conversation call service or even Skype using the Pamela plugin. Once you've recorded your conversation and produced an MP3 file, you can have your interview transcribed with a professional transcription service, and then you need to do a light editing of the content if needed. I'd estimate interviews can range from anywhere from 4,000 up to 20,000 words, and you can also should have the person that you interview sign a speaker release, and I do have a link in the blueprint for a speaker release on that. So interviewing with experts can really be great, and you can really build that up and have a phenomenal Kindle book. Next, let's talk about a blog series. Now similar to the one large blog post, you can leverage a series of small blog posts and create up to 10,000 to 12,000 words, give or take. And the benefit of the blog series that you have guest posts, or you can do an ongoing series and you can put your top 3 posts into your book. Now, Amazon research has shown that customers spend more money on books if they're a part of a series than they would doing a standalone book. Then you can use the same concepts as the one large blog post and go back and doing the backlinking from your post to your book, as well as links in your Kindle book back to your blog. Now, I've seen various aspects of putting together a blog series, and doing multiple books on a particular topic is really great, and we're going to cover a little bit more of a different twist to that here as we go along. How about answering a big question? No doubt your business or industry has several frequently asked questions, or questions you should be asking, and leveraging one big question into your Kindle book that can help answer questions and gain you clients. If you've created a post or an article on answering your biggest questions, you can copy and paste the article and expand the content via headlines and chapters and bullets into the subheadlines. You can leverage your help desk questions, which, if you're offering any type of services, you probably get a few of those. And then you can also do Facebook comments and questions, as well as email support questions. The benefit here is it's easy, great content, as well as you can relieve a pain point with the prospects and our customers. Answering big questions is what really people are looking for. Always when people are going to go to the search, they're looking to solve a problem. And when they come to your site via your keywords, they see the Amazon Kindle listing, they're going to get credibility because you're providing an answer via Amazon, which creates credibility automatically for you. One other area to consider are webinars. So if you do a lot of webinars, you can convert content. So if you do webinars, you can leverage the content by simply scheduling your webinar, promote your webinar, record a video and audio of the webinar, then transcribe the content, and then do the final editing. You can leverage various tools like GoToWebinar, ScreenFlow for the Mac, or Camtasia for the PC and the Mac now. And the great thing about converting a webinar into a Kindle book is that you can build your list and have massive audience exposure. You can probably create about 15 to 20,000 words, and you have the opportunity to endless contents for ongoing webinars. And this is really great because once you schedule webinars, you can do it over and over again from topic to topic to topic and create this incredible series of Kindle books. Now, if you do any type of speaking, this is right up your alley. So if you're at a speaker or an event, etc., you should be able to record your speech and have it turned into a Kindle book. You probably have PowerPoint slides, etc., which you can create the core material and use each slide for a chapter, and the bullets of each of the slides as subheadings for your book. Once you get your video content transcribed, you need to do light editing and make sure the book reads well from start to finish. Then the benefits of converting your speech is that you have great content for around 10,000, 15,000 words, and you can also do mini books on the topic as well. It's estimated that about a 60-minute speech can cover about 40 to 60 pages, so just let your imagination run wild on all the different possibilities. Also, don't forget to take your slides and create a YouTube video featuring your Kindle book and link your Amazon book pages as well. Compilation is kind of an interesting way to put together a Kindle book. Really, a compilation is a collection of content contributed by various experts or resources. You need to choose a theme of your content of the topic, and then create either a series of guest blog posts, or compile the resources and responses to look to friends to provide feedback to questions. You can create a series of questions and have people provide answers, and you can compile all the responses into your Kindle book. You could either provide email to the friends or use Facebook pages to post questions and build up the comments and replies. This option really allows you to create lots of content, very, very little effort of work. So what you're doing is essentially you're either going out and talking to various experts and dealing with the 4 or 5 questions, or you turn it around and you provide a number of questions and allow people to answer them, and then you compile those answers into your Kindle book. The podcasts are another extension of, say, the interview process. You can convert a podcast content into a great Kindle book, mini book, or a series, and simply record your podcast by audio and transcribe for easy editing. You can either do an interview style, as we discussed in the interviews with experts, with one expert, or just create your own comments or provide answers to common questions. You can use a free conference service, a calling service, or you can use Skype or simple recording on your computer, such as Audacity and the software. And I've got links in the blueprint for you as well. Podcasting is fast and easy to create content for a great Kindle book, and you can create many books to help build your brand, service, or product line. Now note, one recommendation is that you should state in your Kindle book that the content was generated from a podcast, so that the reader will be aware that the style of the book and the podcast can last around 20 to 30 minutes, which can produce maybe 10 to 15,000 words for a book. Also, you can mention in your Kindle book that you're offering more podcasts and provide a link back to your sites for customers to learn more about possibly signing up for more podcasts. So what you do is you create your podcast, can put it into a book, and then in the book you link back to your site in order for people to sign up for more podcasts. Works really well. Now let's talk about cross niches. Many topics often have several sub niches, and you can create a book and repurpose the same book to a similar area of interest, and by using maybe 70% of the same book and the same content, you can create additional Kindle titles in a short order. For example, if you were writing a book on sports training, you could dive into the sports cross-training for football, or sports cross-training for soccer, or sports cross-training for baseball. I think you get the idea. The beauty of the type of the content is created. It's fast to develop and retool other books once you have your main book compiled, as well as open for expertise and new audiences. Now note, it is recommended that you add a disclaimer in your book that your topic book is based on another book in the series and that it has been rewritten from the original and updated with new topical information, even though a large percentage of your book is repeated. This just helps to establish your credibility, your customers, if they were to buy other books in your series. And the cross niche is really good, and it depends on how many different areas that you might having. So really just use your imagination for this, and you can really get a lot of great series of Kindle books. Now let's talk a little bit about private label rights and public domain material. When the Amazon Kindle first came out, it was really popular with a lot of artists, with a lot of authors, and they used a lot of public label rights, or PLR. Now, content was really being poorly created and really thin content books, and Amazon quickly caught on and really started to clamp down on these practices. So my advice is not to use PLR content. It's best to create your own unique and original content, period. Now, Amazon regularly checks your books against existing content, and if they find that you've been using material that's already in the public domain, Amazon will contact you as the author to rewrite or republish your book, or have your book delisted and or your Kindle publishing account closed, which you do not want. You can, however, repurpose public domain content for your Kindle book. However, you just need to do your research and create quality content that you can be proud of calling your own. Now, I do know for a fact that Kindle and Amazon will review your book and they will contact you. I know of this happening in several situations. So if it happens, just review it. You might have to do a copy escape or whatever. Check that content, just make the changes and upload the book, let them know what's doing, and life will go on. Now, let's talk a little bit about outsourcing your creation of your book. Now, you may need to create your own book content from scratch, and you will need to do some research into your niche market. Now, let's let Amazon help with the research by reviewing all the current nonfiction Kindle books available on your topic. Once you've drilled down into your topic, you can go into Amazon and look at the book listings and review the content and get your ideas for chapters, etc. The easiest way to get the chapter ideas is to review the table of contents of the book by clicking on the Amazon book image and reviewing the first few pages of the book. Additionally, you can look at the magazines in your market for content, as well as getting great book titles, for example. Once you have developed your the table of contents, you will need to get started looking for the outsourcing service who will write your entire book for you. You can use a ghostwriter via online, such as services like Elance and Odesk. They're really great. I know I've used Elance before, and I've got people there, and it's a great service. Now, when searching for a qualified writer, it's best to state that you're looking for a writer who has experience in your niche, and you'll need to review their examples. Now, in these topics, it's really good to look for writers who have knowledge in your area, because you're really going to get a great book rather than just people slapping out a content for you, and you're going to have a great experience if you go down that avenue. Now once you open a request for an outsourcing bid, you will probably find a wide range of prices, so take your time, review all the examples, etc. to find the best writer for you. Additionally, we provide a table of contents to help your writer get started, and don't be surprised if your writer will ask for milestones for the progress, because your book will take a few weeks and you may need to proofread and review the new content several times in order to get your book the way you really want it. Outsourcing can really be a great way of doing it for you. Just do your research. There's some great writers out there, and once you find a few, really hang on to them, pay them what they're worth, and you're going to have phenomenal, great content. Now, here's a few final comments about creating and brainstorming your content. The list of creative ideas presented that we've walked through is just a brief list of ways to build your content for your Kindle book, and you can also consider things such as white papers, reference guides, pamphlets, blank cookbooks, notebooks, journals, diaries, blank books. Yep, they sell a lot of blank books on Kindle. Sketchbooks, scrapbooks, address books. I mean, anything you can think of is, just to let your imagination wild. You can leverage your expertise to complement offers for your brand, product, service, such as My City SEO, etc. Now, it's really good because if you have your own My City SEO, why not do an SEO practices for that particular area? Just adds credibility in the SEO listings with your company. Now you can also look at your books. If they have quality content, you should be running around 10,000 to 40,000 words in a starting point. This will probably help you translate into about a 30 to 50 page book, I would estimate. People will not trust you, however, they will trust the Amazon brand, so let Amazon help build and trust the confidence with your Kindle title. If you have a book series, there's a good chance that people will buy other books because Amazon uses the what other people bought listing below your book. And if you've ever bought a book or seen listings, then you're going to see that there's other books listed. And this is really great because if you have other books in the series, then your books are going to be listed there. So by averaging one book, you might be able to have them buy 2, 3, or 4 and keep them on the list. One other tip is that if you do an interview style book, you shouldn't be paying no royalties to the people in your interview, because what they get in return is free advertising via your book, and the Kindle book description on your Amazon book listings helps with the SEO purposes. So if they want money, just say thanks but no thanks. Remember, your Kindle book is a reflection of you and your service, and you want to help build the quality content that builds respect and credibility. So we've talked about a lot of things on how to brainstorm and create your content. Go through this over and over again. Take your existing content, repurpose it, whether it's a blog post, a series, a webinar, a podcast, whatever. The sky's the limit. Now in our next video, we're going to talk about the 6 key components of a best-selling book. And we're really going to get into the meat of really what's going on. So we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Hello and welcome to the Amazon Kindle plus Google OMG style. This is Jim Utzinger, and in this video we're going to talk about the 6 key components of a best-selling Kindle book. Now, with your Kindle direct publishing account, you can upload endless books for sale via Amazon. However, there are 6 key areas that you have control over that can appear on your Amazon product page of your Kindle book. These 6 include the title and the subtitle of your book, which helps with both the Amazon and SEO search purposes. 2, the description of your book, which helps make or break your sale. Number 3 is the price of the book, which when set correctly will beat out your competition. And number 4, the cover of your book, which gives the visual appeal of your book. Number 6, your author information, which when created correctly can help boost your book sales. And number 6, your book category in Amazon. So let's go and dive in. Now, when it comes to your book title, the title of your book is the most important part of the Amazon book listing because it serves multiple functions, including catching the customer's eye when scanning the Kindle book listings, showing that you are providing a solution to a question or problem. You're providing keyword information for both Amazon internal search as well as SEO leveraging, and also it creates curiosity and desire some other emotions. I mean, the Kindle title and subtitle is very, very important, and when written correctly, you can boost your sales, propel your book in the Amazon Kindle store rankings, as well as to help improve your search engine rankings in Google, which is very important, in addition to the other search engines. And most of all, your title, subtitle must include your keywords, buyer targets, buyer targeting both the words and the benefits, which is very, very important. Now, you need to really idiot-proof your title, because most people will go, may not even go past your title before clicking the famous Amazon one-click button. Now, let's really get into this. It's really important that you to understand that Amazon has really spent a lot of time and energy making the buying experience fantastic. And what they want to do is get in and out and get that button clicked so that they can buy. So creating the title is really going to draw them into your title, when we're going to get into that next. There's a variety of different styles for writing the book titles, and here are some of the best that you might want to consider. The first is the how-to style. It's easy to create. For example, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. We all know that one. The benefit-driven style, which features the main benefit of the book, such as Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Another one is the numbers of ways style, which is used to create a specific number of tips or ways, etc., to accomplish results, such as the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey, which we've all seen. So those 3 different styles are really good. Now, in the number style, you need to use a small number such as 5 or 7. Such as he had decided 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. Now, the question style allows your reader to know and answer such as what color is your parachute by Richard Bowles. Now, writing your primary book title will take time, and you need to know your target audience. You need to do your research. You need to brainstorm. You need to have a title that is short and to the point, because a short title of between 5 to 6 words, and now we've seen it also go anywhere from 5 to 9 words, are most successful. And you finally need to test your article, test the title, and if possible, maybe with your Facebook group, family, friends, colleagues, etc. Now let's talk about the subtitle of your book. Your subtitle shouldn't be overlooked, because it provides clarification to help the buyer make decisions to buy your book. It's pretty simple. This is where the keyword research is used to help boost your book's features and benefits. So let's look at an example from the Project X member, Michael Swanson. And thanks, Michael. You contacted him, and he was very gracious to allow us to use his book. And he's got a great Kindle title called Strategic Stock Trading. Notice that colon. Master Personal Finance Using Wall Street Window Stock Investing Strategies with Stock Market Technical Analysis. Okay, now let's first read the primary title of Strategic Stock Trading, which is based on the words stock trading. However, it narrows the focus down to strategic, which implies the benefit that the book is for serious and technical traders. Now the subtitle, which is separated by the colon that we talked about, which is added by Amazon with displaying your book listing, takes the main keywords of personal finance, Wall Street Window, which is a brand name which implies credibility and reinforces that they are a member and they are a smart trader, stock investing strategy, stock market, and technical analysis. Now Michael has done a great job of blending together all the main keywords into the main benefit of using the word master to convey the readers that the book is the book that they need to succeed in the stock investing world. The keys to the title and subtitles is to get across to your reader is that your book is the answer that they're looking for. And so subsequently, your title will help with SEO rankings, as we all know, and which we'll review later in this module, as well as leveraging the OMZ style ranking mindset of you win first and then we attack. Now here's a handy tip for you, and it's a book that I've used called Words That Sell by Richard Bayan, and it's a great research that you find yourself using time and time again. Mine's really worn out. I've had it for years, and you can look for it available on Amazon. Additionally, there's I put together a special list of 108 power verbs that's provided to the end of the module in the Project X blueprint. So go ahead and get your book, The Words That Sell, and he also has, I think, 3 other titles that are available as well. I think you'll really like it. Now let's talk about the description of your book. Your book description on your book listing is very important because it helps to pre-frame or pre-sell your book to reinforce your buying decision. Within your book description, you want to offer both the benefits, the reviews, the call to action, keywords, and targeting. Now, the first sentence of the description needs to tell that your reader that they really getting what they're really getting with your book is following from a bulleted list of benefits, followed by a recap of the main focus of your book, with the last sentence consisting of a call to action. Now, additionally, your book Kindle book description will support limited HTML code. There's a great two-part article from Karen Thackenston that discusses in depth some of the best ways to write your Amazon book description titled "The Most Important Sales Tool for Your Kindle Book and How to Perfect It," part 1 and 2, and I put those links in the Project X blueprint. I thought I'd go through in here and discuss the book description, but her article is fantastic and really walks through the great components that you need for description, and I would highly recommend you look at the resource. Now let's get into the all-important price of your book. The Kindle Direct Publishing service allows your book price to go from free on up, and it pays a commission to you anywhere from 35% for books costing anywhere from the zero price or nothing up to $2.99, and then anything $2.99 and above, 70% commission to you. And we'll get into that when we go through the step-by-step process of uploading your book. Now, when you start out to drill down into your niche and analyze the various categories in your potential niche, you'll find that books are going to be priced all over the map, some high and some low and some even free. Now, the types of books offered by Kindle break down into about 4 specific groups. They are the lead generation books, core content books, specialty books, and fiction books. Now, in lead generation books, they generally consist of short informational content, or they answer a specific question, and are usually priced from 99 cents for lead generation type content. And those go for the no-brainer purchases with opt-in links at the front of the book, up to $2.99 for more detailed content. Now, the core content books are meant to be read and reread and referenced, and can often be books such as business books, how-to books, etc. And the pricing on this type of content can run from $2.99 up to $9.99 based on the value of the information. So it's best to research your market and competition. Now, specialty books are those that fall outside lead generation, and core content will extend into the detailed topics and command higher prices. And it's best to research the market and competition as well to see where these price points really land. Now, fiction books comprise a large number of the Amazon books, which is about 61% of the books and 51% of the Kindle revenue, and are priced all over the map from $2.99 on up. Now, for new authors, a lower price point may be a good place for you to start again and research your market. Now, we'll talk about more getting to the price of the books, but really just do your research, and Amazon's really going to tell you where that market is based on your niche. Pricing can be entered into your Kindle book publishing account per book and can be changed at any time. So don't worry, if you got one price and you want to raise it or lower, you can do it at any time. Now, here's an example of possible commissions earned from one of your Kindle books. Let's say the Kindle book is priced at $2.99, which gives you approximately $2, which is the 70% commission because it's over the $2.99 level. And let's say you sell 5 books per day with the OMG style SEO tactics, which I know you know, which gives you about $10 per day or $300 per month, or $3,600 per year. And that's not too bad for one Kindle. What if you did a series of books and other related titles? So this really gives you a good idea of what's possible with your Kindle book. Now, let's really talk about an important part of your Kindle presentation, and that is the cover art of your book. Your Kindle book cover is the visual representation of your book, and you need an image that stands out and looks professional. The 4 key control factors of your book are the color, which is needs to be bright, strong, and emotional impact. The contrast, light on dark, and vice versa. Clarity, that's super clear words and images. And text size, no thumbnails. And remember, books are in the thumbnails, so big is still small. Per the KDP help files, your cover art should be either a JPEG or a TIFF. I prefer the JPEG, with an ideal height to width ratio of 1.6, with a minimum of 625 pixels on the short side and 1000 pixels on the long side, with the best quality of 2820 pixels wide by 4,500 pixels high, and the new standard just updated in the Kindle practices. Now, I have given you an example of what Michael Swanson's excellent book cover looks like, the strategic stock trading. It's high contrast, it stands out, it's easy to read, and it's got good colors, it's clarity, and it has the big type styles on it. So, look at book covers and really see which ones stand out to you. Also, Amazon product images on the website uses the RGB, or the red, green, and blue. However, on many of the Kindle devices, all images are presented in black and white with the 16 shades of gray. If your book cover is white or has very light colors, you need to add a 3 to 4 pixel border to help make your book stand out from the white background that is on the Amazon website. Now, as we've talked about earlier, I used the example of Michael Swanson's stock trading, and you notice the strong contrast between the book title in the background, the clarity of content, and the large font. I mean, it's really simple and easy to use. Now let's talk about creating your book cover image. If you're a wizard at Photoshop and create great graphic images, then by all means use Photoshop or your favorite graphic image software. Additionally, there are a few book creation tools and software on the market, and many of them create great looking books. However, if you want a great professional looking cover for a great price, you should then consider checking out outsourcing talent at Fiverr.com. Now, if you search for book cover or e-cover books or Kindle book covers, you'll find many gigs available for $5, and you may want to have 2 to 3 providers create your Kindle book. Remember, your cover art is what helps convert prospects into buyers. So I would highly recommend it. There's plenty of people out there. There's some great software. Let the experts do it, and then it's a low cost to get a variety of different colors for your books. Now let's talk about the author information for your book. For your author information, you need to consider using your real name versus your pen name when branding an author and creating your author biography. Now, via the Kindle direct publishing account, you'll be able to provide lots of authorship information. Additionally, there will be more detailed information in the marketing section below about the Amazon Author Center. And this is what Amazon has to say. Share the most up-to-date information about yourself, your works, with millions of readers. Add your biography, photos, blog, video, Twitter feeds, and tour events to your author page, your home page on Amazon.com. Please note that when you make updates to your information in the Author Central, you'll need to update your Kindle direct publishing account as well, which is very important. Your product detail page will be displayed on information stored in the KDP anytime and updated or republished in KDP, so the information in your KDP account needs to be current. Now note, Author Central may not be available for all international Kindle stores. That's very important to know. Now let's talk about your book category. Now, when you're doing your research, you went into Amazon Kindle and you looked at the various category listings. Now, lastly, a topic that we really talk about, you really need to do some reasoning is on the category and niche that you'll place your Kindle book into when uploading your Kindle book into the KDP account. There's a couple of different ways of doing your research. Now, one, go to Amazon Kindle, or excuse me, go to Amazon and select the Kindle store from the drop-down menu to the left of the search box and enter your target keyword phrase. Once the book listing appears, you'll go and look at the left-hand side of the page, look at the categories. Now I'll do a little one-on-one and do some live review of this here in a minute. So you can just start clicking on the various categories and drill down into the categories. You also will see a number of books per category. You'll need to select at least 2 categories for your book when uploading to your KDP account. Now, try to get the best categories with the least number of competing books. And if possible, however, remember that with your SEO strategies, you will be able to boost your rankings in these categories, even if you're getting into a tough categories. Now, you can click on the any category on the show results area and just start drilling down into the various categories, and you'll be amazed at what you're going to find there. Now, additionally, by doing this type of research into the categories, you'll be able to review the various book prices as well into your market or niche. Now that we've put together all the information on the 6 main components of putting together your Kindle book, our next video is going to get into the really meat of putting your book together in the How to Write and Build Your Amazon Book Part 1. So we'll see you in the next video. Hello and welcome to the Amazon Kindle plus Google OMG style. This is Jim Utzinger, and in this video we're going to talk about how to write and build your Amazon book part 1. Now that you've decided on what type of information you want to write about for your Kindle title, plus you've done your research into the Amazon categories and prepared your title and description, in addition to getting your book cover created, and now it's time to format your content so that you can upload your book to the Amazon Kindle publishing account. Now you can upload your book in several different formats, such as a PDF, Word, .doc file, a .mob or a MOBI file, etc. However, I found that the best format is the .mobi format, which allows the best presentation for both the Kindle e-reader and the Kindle software program. Now to create your final .mobi book format, I will show you the step-by-step process of creating and formatting your book in the Microsoft Word format, and then you'll use another free program called Calibre to convert the .doc file into your .mobi file. Now it's important to point out that you need to know about formatting the Kindle is that it uses the HTML formatting and coding to present your book, so that only the basic of document formatting will be needed, because you'll have to save the Word doc file into an HTML file for easy converting into the Calibre file. Now, it's not hard as it sounds, and the presentation will walk you through the presentation process step by step. Now, you can use any version of Microsoft Word for either the PC or Mac. Now, note for Mac users, it's suggested that you not use the Pages program to do the final edit and export into a .doc file, because the output conversion to the .mobi file in the Calibre will not format correctly. So that's now note, for Mac users, you'll need to create a document and export it into an EPUB format. However, for best practices, you should use the Microsoft Word for convenience. And I found that I've done a lot of testing on it, and the Microsoft Word is the best way to go, whether it's on the PC or Mac. Now, if you don't have a copy of the Microsoft Word on your computer, you should consider looking into the Microsoft Office 365 project, where you can download the Office suite of software for only $9.95 per month, and that can be up to 5 computers. It's a great deal, and it's an affordable alternative to buying the software outright, and it's always updated. Anyway, let's get started on some of the basic requirements for creating your book with the Microsoft Word. Here are some of the key points about formatting for your book. You need to not have any headers, footers, or page numbers, because the Kindle will only recognize the main content of the HTML output. You only need to present your type in black, and no colors are required. You'll only use one type style for chapter headings, etc., and you'll use that as a heading 1. You only need to use one type style, such as Times New Roman, for the entire document, because Kindle sets the type style, the font sizing, which can be set on the Kindle device or software, and the user has complete control over that type size. So don't worry about any fancy fonts or anything. No font size should be larger than 18 point, and you can use page breaks to separate chapters and other content, and no need for drop caps or the large first letters to start out a chapter. Links can be used to hyperlink the internal pages as well as website URLs, and need to be created with the anchor text, or just a straight naked URL. No need to indent. However, the Calibre program allows you to indent the first line in the paragraph, and we'll get into that. You can use images. However, the images need to be really highlighted to the point of the content, and it's better to use a few images as possible. Images need to be centered, no larger than 450 pixels on the wide side and 600 pixels on the tall side, and for best resolution they should be 96 dpi or dots per inch in less than 64 KB in size. Now, there's been some questions about, can I use images? Is there a maximum number of images? No, there is no limit on how many images. Consider children's books, which are mostly images as well. You just need to make sure that they are sized properly and they are in low sizes, because remember, this image, the entire file of your Kindle book needs to be uploaded to your e-reader, so size is always a good factor. And if there's any issue, you can really get into the amazing Amazon help features. So let's get into creating the Microsoft document creation itself. So in this section, it's fairly standard, and here's just a selection of components that I think would be a great suggestion for you. First, you're going to have the cover image. Now, you can add the image into your document, but you're going to add the book cover during the the Calibre formatting process. Therefore, you will not need to add the book cover image to the first page of your Microsoft document. Copyright section is pretty much straightforward and boilerplate, and you type the wording into your copyright information, and there's going to be an example I'll later use in the overview, which will go into more details about this. And additionally, you may need to use clarification language, such as using affiliate links within your book, stating that if the reader clicks on any of those links, you may receive an affiliate commission. Pretty straightforward. Next is the table of contents sections. This would be a listing of your chapters with headings, and you want to link those chapters within your book. A free bonus section if you want to, and if you want to offer free materials or place a link to an opt-in page, etc., with the words saying click here, as well as a naked URL. And it's a great marketing tool to get more prospects. Also remember, Amazon allows anyone to read the first 10% of your book in your Amazon book listing. So if a prospect doesn't buy your book, you can get them on your email list, etc., via your opt-in page where they actually see it right listed. And freebies can be used of any material that supports the book, such as PDFs, videos, podcasts, etc. Now, additionally, you can do Meet the Author section, which is has photos with your biography and links to your website. This section, as I said, is optional, and you may want to have a duplicate of this material at the end of the book as well. Another possibility is you can have other books in the series. If you offer Amazon titles, etc., you can list them with links to your Amazon book listings, and you just have to be creative in how you want to present this for yourself and your brand. Next would be the introduction section, such as welcome to my book, etc. This is the section that allows you to present your benefits for your reader and create a brief synopsis of your book. And then you get into the chapter sections. This is the meat of the book with all your great content divided into your chapters. And then finally, it would be any type of ending sections. And this could be any material that you want to help reinforce your content, such as comments about your book, bonuses, links to content that only the buyers of your book are going to get, recap if your autobiography information, etc. And you just need to be creative on the best way to do this. Now, if you're using an older version of Microsoft Word, you'll be saving your file in the standard .doc format. However, for new versions of Microsoft, the standard extension is the .docx. Now, regardless of which version you're using, you need to save your file in the .doc format, then into a .html or HTML, which is converting your book into the .mobi format via the Kindle book, and we're going to get into more of that as we go along. So when creating your book, you only need just a few style options. For headings, you only need to have the heading 1 for all your sections, such as the copyright, table of contents, chapters, etc. For subheads, you do not need to use any type or heading style. Simply use the bold text for subheadings. Now, for all text, you only need to have the normal type for the entire book, except for headings, and you can use the New Times Roman type style, and all the text need to be 16 point or smaller. Now, you can add images as needed and place them in the document and you need to center the image. And remember, your images must be 450 by 600 pixels or smaller on each side and must be at least 96 dots per inch. Now, let's do the next portion of the video is doing the over-the-shoulder video step-by-step creating the book of the Microsoft Word, where I actually go into Microsoft Word and take everything we've talked about so far and build out a book for you. So let's get started. Alrighty, here we are at our Microsoft Office Windows setup. And first of all, what we need to do is go ahead and create our type styles. We want to go ahead and create everything in a Roman Times New Roman at a point size of 12, and then also we want to go ahead and get our heading set up, and we'll do that into a Times Roman, have that come up here, and we'll just go ahead and keep that at 16. So all we need to do is keep all the text Times New Roman, and the only type style changes that we'll have is if we have type styles for the normal text, the heading 1, and then anything else will just be bolded. So we'll go ahead and accept that. And to first get started, we'll go ahead and create some of our content. We'll just drop in some of the starter text that we discussed previously, and this is going to be fleshing out the entire book. It's really simple and straightforward, And what we'll do is we'll put together the copyright information, and we'll just add some text here. And also what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some lorem ipsum text into the body content. So just down here we'll add that. Alrighty, now that we've added some lorem ipsum text into the content, we'll go ahead and start adding some of the additional content, such as the copyright information, etc. The copyright information is very straightforward, and I put together an example text that is in the blueprint available for you. So we'll just drop this into the copyright information, drop that there. It's really straightforward. You can just go ahead and edit as you feel fit. Go ahead and add, take away whatever you want to do, and also added a consumer disclaimer indicating that if you're adding any links and things like that, we can just indicate that you may get an affiliate response. Just keeps it kind of legal, and everybody is on a nice even keel, and everything's nice and safe, no problems. Then in the table of contents, what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and duplicate certain things we want to do for this, and we'll link that here in just a second once we get everything up to speed. And let's add a couple more chapters. What's nice about the table of contents is that we're going to create a manual process of linking them internally, and instead of letting Microsoft do its auto creation of the table of contents, what we'll do is we're going to do manually creating this content, if I can spell correctly, create the manual content by linking it, and it will do it in a really slick way. I'll show you in just a second on how we're going to do that. So what we want to do is keep everything together. We've got the table of copyright information, the table of contents, the free bonus material, and you can add whatever you want for that bonus material. Let's just add a little bit of content. I'll just copy this lorem ipsum down here so that at least we'll have something that we can say that is there. Alright, so we've got ahead and added in the free bonus material, the Meet the Artist. You get a pretty good idea what's going on here. Now what we're going to do with the headlines is we're going to go ahead and make everything headline. I do have it with colors on it. No worries, don't worry about the color. You can go ahead and just distract it. You don't need to have any colors or anything in here. In fact, I would go back and make it all black, making sure everything is correct. Okay, gone ahead and created the headlines with the normal heading 1 for the copyright information, the table of contents, the free bonus, Meet the Artist, other book information, the series, introductions, and then all the chapters. Again, you just add whatever content that you want, and you can also add in any links that you wanted to. So let's go down here and meet the author. Say if you want to go ahead and add a link down here at the end. We just go ahead and highlight it, go up to our menu bar, and bring up the, once we go into the menu bar, we put in the insert hyperlink, so it's your site, and you're ready to go, and that's linked, and that will link out to your site. You can do either click here, your site, or you can actually do your own URL. You can always look at other Kindle publications and see what other people have done, get some great ideas, but you can link out to an existing site. So let's go ahead and create our table of contents where we're actually going to link all of the contents within the page, and after we're that done, then we're going to go ahead and do the page breaks. So the first thing we do is let's go ahead and highlight the free bonus. So let's go ahead and link things in our table of contents, and we're going to leverage the power of what we did with the heading 1s. And all we need to bring in, and all you need to do is go up to Insert and click on Hyperlink, and then what you need to do is go ahead and and click on Documents right here, then click on Locate. Another window will come up. You go ahead and click on Headings, and all you need to do is click on the location that you need right there, and boom, click OK, and you're linked. Go ahead to Carriage Return, go ahead and then click Meet the Authors again, pull up your hyperlink, locate it, another window comes up, and meet the author. And you just keep doing that all the way down through until we get all the links that we need. Okay, so here we are. We've got all our table of contents with all the links that go through. See, if you want to click there, if you want to go down to chapter 2, boom, there you are, right there. Okay, so now we have all the copyright information, table of contents, and all the additional information. Now remember, in your Kindle listing, if somebody looks at the book, they're going to see these certain few pages. Now, we don't have a cover image here, but we're going to add that into the Calibre software in the next video. So we just go through, make sure everything is really good. So let's go ahead and create our page breaks. So all you need to go up to your menu bar and create the insert and hit page break, and you just go down through at the top of information, just continue to go all the way through the page breaks, and away you go. And here we are. We've added all our page breaks. There's the copyright page, table of contents page, and we've got an extra page there that we don't need. Free bonus page, meet the author page, other book information in the series, introductions, chapters 1, 2, 3, and the ending. So you pretty much have everything that you need. If you need to go and do a couple of experiments before you start adding live data, go ahead and do it, and you're good to go. So let's go ahead and save this. We're going to save it in two different ways. First thing you want to do is go up to your file, do File, Save As within an application. So you go ahead and save your document. First, if it's in a newer version, you probably save it as a .docx file. So we'll just say Kindle Book 1, for example, and you just go ahead and save it. Now, if it's an older system, you're probably going to save it as a .doc, and you can go ahead and save whatever format that you want. You want to save it in either .doc first or .docx, which is the standard format. It doesn't make any difference. That way you've got the file, you can go back and review it, and we'll go ahead and save that. And we'll just use the .docx just for fun here. Now, what we need to do is save it also in an HTML file. So you're just going to have to go to Save As, and this is going to be the actual working file that you want to do. And you want to come down here, depending on which version of Microsoft Word that you have, go ahead and set it as a web page that creates it in a .html file, or .htm. And what this does is it allows the file to be actually used within the Calibre framework, because all of the Kindle books are actually using an HTML, HTML5 type of format. So you can go ahead and just save that, and you're good to go. Now what's going to happen is you're going to change it from a .doc file into a .htm, and it's going to redo the entire format. Don't worry about it. If you need to come back and do changes, go to the original .doc or .docx file and go ahead and make your changes. Now you notice that I do have the page indicators on here in the layout showing me where the page breaks and all the page information and the paragraph breaks are, to really make it really simple. So that is pretty much everything that we need to put together our Kindle book through the word processing process on the Microsoft Word. So you have the copyright, table of contents, and all the other great material that you have. So we're halfway through. So let's go ahead and finish up the rest of this video, and we'll go to the next step. There you have it. We've covered how to create your Kindle book in Microsoft Word, and now in the next video I'm going to walk you through how to create the Mobi format by using the free open source software called of Calibre. So we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Hello and welcome to the Amazon Kindle plus Google OMG style. This is Jim Utzinger, and in this video we're going to talk about how to write and build your Amazon book part 2, where we're going to take your document that you created in Microsoft Word and we're going to convert it into a .mobi file via a program software called Calibre. Now you'll use Calibre, which is a free formatting software program to convert your .html or HTML file into a .mobi file, which you'll now upload to your Kindle Direct Publishing account. Now you need to download and install the Calibre software onto your computer, and you can get a free software just by going to http://calibre, that's calibre-ebook.com/download. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to do the over-the-shoulder video step-by-step converting your book that you created in Microsoft Word document, and we'll create it into the .mobi file with Calibre. So let's get into it. Here we are in the Calibre .mobi file creation process, and after you've downloaded the Calibre software to your computer and installed it, go ahead and get the program running. You're going to see, once you open up, you have quite a few different buttons and things that you're looking at, and to get started, all we need to do is come up here and click on Add Book. You can click on the drop-down menu. You need to click on that, or just go ahead and click from a single file. Just go ahead and click that. And when you're ready, go ahead and navigate to the location of the HTML file that we created, not the .doc. Here we are at the HTML. You don't need the .doc. That's for your original content and can be edited and converted into a .html. What we need is the .html right here. So go ahead and click Open to that. And once the book is loaded, we have it titled right there. So all you need to do is click on the title and then come up here and click on Convert Books. And when you do that, a new window opens up, and this is where we start to put together all of our book information. Now that we've added the publication, first thing that you need to do before you ever get started, and this is paramount, if you don't do this right, you're going to get all screwed up. Come up here to the upper right hand corner and click where it says EPUB. You want to go down to Mobi. And you do this, you got to do this first. If you don't want to get started and forget to do this, because what we're doing is we're taking that .html and we're going to create it into a Mobi file. So next thing we want to do is go ahead and get our book cover, and there's our book cover example. I just put together a Kindle test example, and we can use the source there. And then what we want to do is put together our authors, and we just put in here, you can put in your name, whatever you want, and you can put the publisher information, you can put the tags, series, book 1, whatever you want. All pretty much straightforward. Now that we have all the metadata, we go over here to the left hand side and click the look and feel, and there's just a few things that we're going to do here. First thing I like to do is go down here and click on the remove spaces between paragraphs. Always like to do that. Then locate the smarten punctuation. That's as if you want to indent the first line of the paragraph, you need to click the checkbox. If not, go ahead and leave it unchecked. I kind of like the first paragraph indicated or indented, and you'll see that in the final output. Next thing we're going to do is go navigate down to the page setup, and this is really important because we're going to add the profiles of the input file format and the output. So all you need to do is go down here in this panel, click on Kindle there, on the output profile, and then the input profile. Scroll up to find Kindle there, and we're good to go. The next item that we need to do is go ahead and click down here at the Mobi output file. First thing you want to do is click on Do Not Add table contents to book. We've already got our own table contents, and what this does in the Mobi output is it creates a double table of contents, which is real confusing, and you don't need that. And finally, to get started, just go down to the lower right hand area and click the OK button. And now what will happen is you'll start to see down in the lower right hand corner that the file is being created, and there you go. You got one job created, and there's the book title, there's the author, and you've got both the Mobi and the zip file. Now we can do a couple different things. You can click this Mobi file right there, and it'll bring up another window that'll allow you to really look at the application. But this isn't the final way that we want to take a look at it. We essentially want to look through our book in the exact presentation in our Kindle software. So you see the table of contents and the free bonus. And what's nice about this is you can kind of scroll through and see how your application is looking. But we want to really look at this Mobi file on how it looks in our Kindle program. So the best way to do that is go ahead and click to open, and this will navigate through your application, and all you do is you need to go up here and click on the Mobi file, double click that, and what happens is you have the Kindle for your Mac or your PC already installed, and bingo, there it is. And you just come up here and you want to go to the cover, and there's your beautiful cover, and you can just continue to navigate. There's the copyright information, there's the table of contents, the free bonus, to meet the author, the other book series, the introduction, chapter 1, 2, 3, etc. You just come back up here, you go to the beginning, and you navigate through, and let's say you want to go to chapter 1, and there it is. And you're really ready to rock and roll. And this is the final test that you can look at, and just go to the cover and the free information, and this is the best way to see how your final Kindle application is done. So that's it. You now created your Microsoft Word application. You converted it into a .htm, and now we've converted it from a .htm into a .mobi file, which is now ready to be uploaded to your Kindle Direct Publishing account. So there you have it. Your new Kindle book has been created into your .mobi file via Calibre. Now, in the next video, we're going to talk about how to set up your Kindle Direct Publishing account and how to upload your book. Hello and welcome to this Amazon Kindle plus Google OMG style training series video. This is Qzx899, and in this video we're going to be setting up your Kindle Direct Publishing account. And to market your new Kindle book, you need to create your own Kindle Direct Publishing account by going to kdp.amazon.com. And you may already have an Amazon account, and if you need to, just simply log in. However, if you have a business, you may want to create a separate KDP account. If you need further information, you can go to the kdp.amazon.com/help program, or the website, for great information. And believe me, you'll go back there a few times if you already kind of get hung up on a few things. So let's talk about your book category first. You should do some research into your categories, which will best showcase your book. Now you should do look for at least, you may be looking at the least competitive categories to boost your chances of being a bestseller in your target niche. However, with your SEO strategies, you can probably take on some of those heavier duty niches. Now note, if you're targeting a niche that is not currently listed, when you upload your book, you need to upload it as a non-classified. Then once your book is published, you can contact Amazon, and they will, and you can just tell them what category you want, and they'll place that into your book, into that new category. Now, if you need to research your categories, please review the material early in the presentation. So let's kind of get into it. Now, next is going to be the over-the-shoulder video step-by-step process of uploading your new Kindle book into your KDP account. So let's get into it. And here we are in our Kindle Direct Publishing account. Once you get started, it's real simple to add a book. You just go down here and click on Start Your New Title. A new page will open, and you're going to go through a couple of different steps. First thing is you can see this discussion about introducing the KDP select information. This is optional. You do not have to take this advantage of this, and I would read through all the information here. This essentially allows you to offer your book free of charge for a set number of days. So you can either enroll in the program or not. We'll just kind of go ahead and bypass that situation for the moment. And all you do is create this is your title. And this is from the title information that you've put together and your subtitle. Remember, all the discussion that we had in the previous videos, we talked about the title and the subtitle, and when the Amazon listing is set, you're going to see a colon that's going to be automatically placed, but you don't need to put it through there. Next, you're going to indicate that if this book is a series. If it is, go ahead and check mark that, and you can put in the series title here with the volume. Right now we're not going to do a book series. Now you can put in the publisher information, which is obviously optional here, but if you do have a publishing business, you can go ahead and put that information in. The next is the description, and we've talked about this. You have the mouse over here. We've talked about how important your description is. You can use up to 4,000 characters. You can do HTML, and you do need to go through the help files information here. So you're just going to put in your description information here. This is very, very important. Next thing you're going to go ahead and add is your contributors. And let's say Jim Smith, and I am the author. And you can save that. Next thing is you're going to indicate a language, and you can select whichever language that you want. We'll go ahead and keep it English. Publication date, we can go ahead and just make it the date that we're doing here. The ISB number is optional. If you need to mouse over that, that'll indicate that if you're going to be doing, for example, printed books and things like that, but it's not required to have the ISB number for a digital publication. Next, you're going to indicate to verify your publishing rights. You want to indicate that this is not a public domain work and that you hold all the publishing rights. Here's some new information that they've added in conjunction with the categories. You can mouse over for information there. You can add up to two particular categories, and you can drill down through as deep as you want, but you only have, let's say, two categories, but you really need to look at your category research. We've talked about that previously, so just drill down and collect what you need. You can also uncheck that for everybody, but if you also want to get into the nonfiction, you can get into that or the fiction. So let's just do general and Americana, just for easy peasy category selection. Here's a couple of new items. Age range for the reader, so you can select the minimum age. You can go from kids all the way up as high as you want to go. Next indication is the grade. For example, what grade, if they're depending on the level of education required for your particular publication, you select those. Then you can add in your keywords with commas. You can do up to 7 keywords, and if you need more information, just hit the help file right there. And the next thing that we'll go ahead and do is we're going to upload, and we can go ahead and click that. You can indicate whether you want to save changes for the book. If not, continue to upload without saving. While it's uploading, it'll take a few time, and then you'll see your book displayed right here. And there we go. There's our Kindle test cover, so we're good to go. Next, we're going to upload your book, and you're going to indicate whether you want digital rights. You just keep this, do not enable digital rights, just keep it checked. And we'll go ahead and browse for our book. And here we are at our book. And it'll indicate that it's converting your book file to the Kindle format. And there we go, our book conversion is updated, and you can go ahead and do the online previewer, or you can download it, but we've already gone through our Kindle book preview, so it's pretty much straightforward. But if you want to just go through that process just to see what it looks like, it's great. Now we can go through and either click on Save and Continue, but I'm just going to go ahead and click on Save Draft. Then here we are in step number 2. And we're going to verify the publication territories. If you want to go around the world, go ahead and keep that radio button indicated. If not, go ahead and click the territories and go down to the, you can click down here and decide which ones you want for the different countries. If not, just go ahead and click Worldwide Rights. Now we're going to go down here and set your pricing for royalties, and you can view the services. As I indicated previously, you have either 35% or 70%. Let's go for the 75%. Just give me the 70%, and let's just say we want to do $2.99, and then you just indicate how you want it converted, and the program will automatically convert it for different pricing for different Amazon services worldwide, and it'll put it in the different dollar denominations or the currency of that particular country. And you just scroll down through and review all the information. They do have disclaimers and information. You need to read all of that. Also, the new Kindle Match program, you can read all about it here, but it has to deal with whether you previously had your book in print, and you can decide whether you want to enroll or not. You can also do in the Kindle Lending program, you can read all about that. It really allows people to review it over 15 days for families, and you can make a decision there. Then once you're all done, you go ahead down here and click on the information that you've read the terms, and you go ahead and save publish, and you're off to the races. Within a certain number of days, or 7 days, within a couple of hours, within 24 hours I'd say, you're going to go ahead and see your publication live. And then once your publication has been presented, you can go ahead and see it. You just come here and go to your bookshelf, and then you can see your title and everything set, what the draft status is, whether you've enrolled and everything. You can go ahead and make any changes. If you need to, you can go ahead and edit the book, edit the rights, delete it, do anything you want, and there you go. So there you have it. You've uploaded your new book into your Kindle account, and let's get into the next video, which is going to be your Amazon Kindle page and SEO strategies. Hello and welcome to this Amazon Kindle plus Google OMG style video training series. This is Jim Utzinger, and in our final video we're going to be talking about how to take your Amazon Kindle page and use the SEO strategies. And congratulations on creating and uploading your Kindle book to your KDP account, and now it's time to promote your new offer list. And this is the really fun stuff. So the following are various ways to help get more traffic to your Amazon page. Now note, before doing any planned promotion, you need to wait at least 72 hours to let Amazon review your book and get your product pages listed online. So let's get into it. Book reviews are very important, and getting book reviews for your book is very important, as I say, because it's mostly gives them, you want to get them legitimately and not to buy them, because you start doing that, Amazon's going to take you down. And social proof is very, very important to get more sales, and getting reviews every day equals higher conversions. So you want to get 3 great reviews as soon as possible, because the 3 reviews that are listed first and the remaining views are only visible by a link in the page information. So you want to get great reviews as soon as possible. And therefore you want to have your book club or your writing group or even a forum or Facebook group primed that you're going to be ready to go live with your Kindle title. And if you get negative reviews, don't worry about it. Ignore them. Life goes on. However, if the feedback has constructive criticism, then you need to make those improvements to your book, re-upload your book and the content to your KDP account, and life goes on. The book reviews are really important because they add, like I said, the social proof and the information about how others view your content. Now let's talk about the KDP Select program. Within your KDP program, they offer what's called the KDP Select program, where you can offer your book for free for a set number of days, usually from 1 to 5 days, for any Amazon member to download your book to their Amazon Kindle e-reader or Kindle software. There are advantages that helps you get the word out about your book and get more people to read about the program. You can go to the Amazon help files, and there's links in the Project X blueprint. The KDP Select program does have its limitations. The only way that you can do that program is that your book is dedicated to Amazon for at least 90 days. Now, you can use the KDP Select program as an advantage to give away your book for free. You don't make any money on it, but what it does is gives you some credibility in those areas. You can leverage a lot of other outbound services that can promote your book. Now let's get into the SEO strategies. So when promoting your book, and if you want to search the listings in Amazon, you want to see how the URL is listed in your browser. For example, if we look at Michael Swanson's Strategic Stock Trading book, and the base URL would be amazon.com/strategic stock trading Wall Street window strategies ebook /DP/B007ZHVBLS, and this is very important. The number at the very end of the URL, starting with the B, provides the Amazon book number or product number or ASIN number, as well as the core product name of the Amazon that signs the book. For any SEO promotions, you need to use this type of URL. Remember, your Kindle book will be different, so please pay attention to the URL structure. Now, what I usually like to do is, if you search into it, get the full URL and strip it down to the core link, copy it, and then paste it in your browser again and see if that listing comes up to make sure that you have the root core URL structure ready for your marketing. The beauty of the Amazon website is that it has a domain authority of 99 out of 100. Therefore, you can use aggressive OFG style backlinking strategies using various Fiverr gigs, as well as GSA, Magic Submitter, backlinks, etc. The key for backlinks is to do the best for you is to have the best keyword phrases for your book and develop 5 to 10 main keyword phrases that you can use with your backlinking solutions. Also, don't forget to add your keyword and URL to your backlink tracking software to help monitor those rankings in Google, etc. Now, one other strategy that savvy Kindle marketer users use is leveraging your target keywords plus the keyword ASIN number within the Amazon book listings to rank a keyword. This combination will display a category type web page, which will help boost your Amazon ranking for both your book and your keyword all at the same title. Now, to get started, you need to enter the keyword and your ASIN Kindle book number into the ID into the Amazon search. For example, using Michael Swanson's book from the above, we use the Amazon search box. You need to enter the phrase of stock trading, comma, and then his ASIN number. This is the keyword and the comment with the ASIN number, like I said. And then when Amazon displays the category style, you see the link below. Now, you can take this link and use it into a you want to use the shortener for taking that URL and create a service such as bit.ly at bit.ly.com. And because bit.ly has a domain authority of 91, it will help boost the Amazon listings. Now, you can use this strategy in a number of different ways. I wouldn't use this strategy just to start off with Fiverr gigs, but you can use this as a backup strategy to help boost not only the book but also the keyword phrases. Now, when using the link shortener service by bit.ly, it's best to sign up for the free account in order to be able to create a custom bit.ly links. For example, using bit.ly, you can have bit.ly with a bunch of gook behind it, versus a custom link, which is easy to remember, such as bit.ly/strategic stock trading. Then you can use this URLs for all your marketing needs as well as for your backlinking strategies. Now, once you have the shortener, you'll need to test it with a shortened link. You need to do this with all your marketing, and it's pretty slick, I'd say. Again, use this strategy. It's a little bit different than using just the core root URL for your strategies. So use these as you need them and use them with caution. That's all I want to say. Now let's promote ideas with the various Web 2.0 properties. You can promote your Amazon Kindle listing in a variety of ways via online services, etc. And here are just a few. Now here's a tip. Study the pros and analyze the best-selling authors and see what they do to market their books via their titles, cover art, descriptions, etc. Even review the Look Inside feature to review the top 10% of the book. Next tip is get your book cover done early so you can use it in your pre-release promotions, etc. Next tip, one suggestion is for more book sales is to pick a hot market, write 3 short books, 20 to 30 pages, publish the Kindle book, link each other, the 3 books together, then republish the book with the links going to each one of the Amazon pages, and then run the KDP select for one day. Boost all the books, get your name out there. Another tip is remember that your book title and your book cover need to impress your prospective buyers, so get those 2 areas covered along with the description to help get you good reviews. Here are some more tips. Check out the authormarketingclub.com for some great ways to submit your book to top reviewer and listing sites. Also check out goodreads.com to help promote your book as a publisher. Another tip is a great idea is to create a special URL just for your book, such as Bob's Books or bobsmithsbooks.com. And you can link directly to your Amazon author page and or book listing. Now, don't underestimate the power of your author page. You can really leverage that to your advantage. Or better yet, you can create your own author site of your book site topics and build your audience via opt-in list offers, etc. It builds your credibility so that you can release your new books you have because you've already got a built-in audience and a great way to get reviews on your book as well. So you can either have your own vanity book domain, or you create your own authority site, author site, to build your new customers, and then when you get new titles you really leverage that through email, etc. And don't forget that you're doing any type of MyCity SEO sites. You can create a best practices book for your clients and rank your Amazon book alongside your SEO services. Also, don't forget your SEO clients may need a lead generation book as well to promote their services, so you can charge to create a book, upload it, and do your SEO magic to rank their book. Here's some more tips for you. You can add your personal author site or business website URL in the front or back of the Kindle book information. So really leverage the real estate of your book, because you can get those links in there and really use them to your advantage. Also, announce your new book on Amazon free Meet the Authors. There's a forum, and there's the link, and also have the link in the Project X blueprint. Now here's some other quick and down and dirty things you can use. How about QR codes? You can create a unique QR code for your Kindle listing and use the scan code on any printed material such as business cards, flyers, postcards, etc. And here's a great service that I've used before called Deliver, located at Deliver, that's DELIVR.com. How about mobile apps? Smartphones, as you know, are all the rage these days, and you can create a mini book via a mobile app which can be used for lead generation to promote your Kindle book. Just use your imagination. And also, don't forget Facebook. You can create a special Facebook post to your various pages, and don't forget that you can boost those posts for wide distribution as well. And you can also even create a specific Facebook page just for your book. How about a blog? Make a special blog post about your new Amazon Kindle and then promote the post with backlinking strategies. How about Twitter? Tweet your new book listings to all your contacts. Hey, if you're in LinkedIn, add a post to your new account and promote your book to your industry contacts, etc. Podcasts are a great way to do it. You can record a short audio podcast about your book and use the great service called Liberated Syndication. Then backlink your podcasts for more information. A service that I've used a long time is that Liberated Syndication at libsyn.com. And don't forget the Amazon affiliate program. You can get your book link in a variety of forms by adding to blog posts, etc. via your Amazon affiliate link if you need to, or provide that in a lot of different ways. If you're going to list a book listing, you're better off to do it. If you own the book, use it your regular URL listing rather than the affiliate program. and you should be able to log into your affiliate program via your KDP program as well. So sky's the limits there. One other great resource is PDF sharing sites. PDFs are a great way to share your a write-up about your new Kindle book, and you can add links back to your book listing within the PDF document. A great source that I've used is ISU at issuu.com. SlideShare, another great service, which is a unique way to provide and promote an offer by creating a short slideshow about the key benefits of the Kindle book, and they can add a solid call to action for readers to buy the title by going to slideshare.net. How about press releases? You can leverage the power of media by creating a press release announcing your new Kindle title. Now let's talk about a little bit about video and your Kindle book. You can leverage the power of YouTube to promote your book by creating a movie-style trailer about your book. You can create a simple 30-second video featuring your best benefits and end with a call to action at the end of the movie. Within your YouTube description, add a link to your Amazon book listing as well as entering your main keywords and any synonyms, etc., to help improve your listing in the search engines. Remember, avoid overstuffing your description to avoid over-optimizing penalties. Also, you can create a shortened URL to your Amazon listing, such as a service like Bitly. And to add more juice to your YouTube listing, you should add a custom thumbnail image to your video when you are uploading your content via your account upload manager. And it's suggested that your image size should be about 1280 pixels by 720 pixels for maximum effect. And I've used this strategy many times, and it really works very, very well. Now, here's the advanced Project X SEO backlink strategy from Mr. Jimmy Kelly, and we also have this information available in the Project X blueprint for more of the detailed links. Now that you know the various types of promotion options that are available, it's time to wrap up your marketing efforts by utilizing the best strategies by leveraging your Amazon Kindle book title, by leveraging and utilizing the high domain authority sites to boost your SEO rankings in the Googles. Jimmy Kelly has outlined a backlinking strategy for using various Fiverr gigs in a combination of a Tier 1 and Tier 2 linking scenarios. Now, before you get started, you need to first have your main keyword plus 4 to 5 related keywords. Then second, choose the URL you want to backlink. It's best to use your main Amazon Kindle book URL to get started. Remember, use your main URL. Don't use the shortened URL. Use the main URL to get started in order to really get the first boosting to your Amazon page. In Tier 1, you can use this particular Fiverr gig, and I do have it listed in the Project X program. And need to provide your URL plus the anchor text within your main keyword first, and then 4 to 5 related keywords. And once the gig has been completed, the provider will send you a report of the 25 URLs. Now in Tier 2, you next want to take those 25 URLs that you got from your Tier 1 Fiverr gig and use them for your Tier 2 links, which will help to index your Tier 1 links, and that will provide you an extra link juice. And then here's the Fiverr gig listed below, and it also is in the Project X listing. Note, if your site is not getting ranked, then do another Tier 1 round using the Fiverr gigs listed above after waiting a few weeks, and then take the new URL list and do the Tier 2 links again using the Fiverr gig listed above. You'll use the Fiverr gig for Tier 1 listing with the keywords and the target URLs. This is a different type of keyword ranking with the Tier 1, and that link is also in the Project X blueprint. Now, tip. You can repeat the Tier 1 and Tier 2 process with your Bitly shortened URLs that contain keywords as stated above, but only do that after you've initially taken your first round to get your primary Amazon Kindle listing URL and make sure it's ranked, and you're starting to see those page rankings through your tracking software, as well as going into Google and just checking it out. Here's another tip. Just as an FYI, some outsourcing service that provide backlinking may allow you to do spun text on your keyword list of the anchor text. And here's an example of what a spin text would look like, such as the curly bracket, keyword 1, pipe, keyword 2, pipe, etc., with a curly brace at the back end. If you need further information about this, you can review the various backlinking strategies here that we have in the Project X blueprint. Now, here's some final thoughts before we wrap up. And again, I want to congratulate you on reviewing this Amazon Kindle plus Google module series. Once you get started, you can produce endless number of titles for various markets. Now, to review what we've learned, we've talked about how big the Kindle market is, how to brainstorm and create your great Kindle content, the 6 key components of best-selling Kindle book, how to write and build your Amazon book part 1 and 2, setting up your Kindle direct publishing account, and your Amazon Kindle and SEO strategies. Now remember, your Kindle book is a live, living, breathing document, and you need to keep tweaking and adjusting your promotion, content, pricing, etc., and keep the promotion process going. Now, I encourage you to go and create your Kindle book and get more clients and more money. And I want to thank you for watching this Amazon Kindle and Google module video series. I know I've been chatting pretty fast, but there's a lot of great material. Now, all I want to do is say, now go take action. And don't forget to review this module with all the links I've mentioned in the Project X Blueprint. If you got any questions, follow us up on the Amazon Facebook account. And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, really appreciate you taking the time to look through these videos, and I hope you have great success with your Kindle, Amazon Kindle projects. And just go out there and get to it. So cheers to you. This is Jim Utzinger, and I want to thank you, and make the best of it. Go out there and knock them dead. Welcome to this video on the Amazon Kindle plus Google OMG style. Hi there, this is Jim Utzinger, and in this bonus video we're going to talk about going straight to Amazon.com and kind of review some of the things on the screen here through some of the videos that we've discussed previously. So we're going to kind of break it down into a couple different factors here. First, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the Kindle Marketplace. If you just come up here to the drop-down menu and go to the Kindle, click on Go, and if you scroll down over here to the left-hand side, you're going to get a real good snapshot of what's happening within the Kindle Marketplace. We have the Kindle Store indicating currently there's 35 devices, 404 accessories, 5 blogs dedicated to the Kindle product, and here's the big one. Kindle ebooks represent 2.5, almost 2.6 million copies, or different books that are available online from various sources, from fiction to nonfiction. As well, there's 455 Kindle magazines, which would be based on monthly subscription. Newspaper, like the New York Times, you can get monthly subscriptions. And there's a new one, Kindle Singles. These are individual publications that are designated just as single items that might be part of out of a group or whatever, like a novel series. And speaking of novels, they also have the new area of Kindle Worlds, which represent groups of novels. Authors might write an entire series of books and put them, or novels, and put them into a series that makes it available that you can buy the complete series. And one of the new areas is called the Kindle Short Reads. There's over 600,000 publications, and let's just kind of take a quick look at that. And as you come in here, they're designed to have great reading in one sitting, but what's interesting is they indicate based on a 13-minute, 30, 45-minute, 1 hour, and 90-minute read. This is a really interesting target market that's really, I think, untapped. And you can look down through the best singles and kind of get an idea. 30-minute reads for a commute. This is a really good area that you might want to play on a particular angle or market, such as SEO marketing, quick 30-minute read on your way to commute. I mean, just thinking out of the boxing. I mean, here's something on oil pulling, mini farming. I mean, the sky's the limit available. There's literary fiction and all sorts of different things. So that might be something you might want to really take a look at. So just going back here and looking again at the Kindle Store Marketplace, it gives you a really good idea of really what's happening within the Kindle Marketplace. Let's next talk about keywords and what Amazon really can help you determine what keyword phrases are being searched for. If you type in, for example, the word SEO or search engine optimization, Kindle is actually, or excuse me, Amazon is actually going to give you different words and phrases that are coming up in searches that people may be looking for. So for example, you just type in search for dummies or SEO 2014, things like that. You're just going to see all sorts of different categories, and if you're going to do your keyword research, go through and type in what your keyword phrase targets are and look at what Amazon is suggesting, because this is the target market that you're going to be looking at and competing against. So if we type in search engine, there's all sorts of different ways. You can see that there was a phrase that I saw that come up that was kind of interesting. Search engine optimization. Here's one that's kind of interesting. Search engine optimization an hour per day. Kind of interesting. That's a large market, and that means people are looking for ways to optimize their search engine optimization in less than an hour a day, how to really optimize that. So there's all sorts of different things you can do. Let's say, for example, we want to look at Michael Swanson's stock trading publication. Again, there's stock trading books and software, DVDs, strategies, etc. So when you're looking through all of your keywords, just start right here, and this is what's going to help you determine what keyword phrases people are looking for within the Amazon Kindle area. So let's go back to the SEO model, and let's type in SEO and see what comes up. For example, one of the first publications comes up from Dr. Andy Williams, a great SEO guy, been around for a long time. But you can see what happens is they come in with related search engine optimization, SEO 2014, SEO for dummies. These are related searches that people would look at, and Amazon is going to tell you what search phrases are really, really popular. Also, let's take a look at this listing. What really pops out on the listing is the book cover. Would you buy this book versus this book just by looking at the color, the cover? Also by the search engine optimization terms and wording, and we'll get into the individual page information here in just a minute. But again, when you're looking at these, what is your eye drawn to? So when you're doing your keyword research, do take a look at what the optimization is, and Amazon's going to really give you a pretty good idea what the popular words are. Next, let's talk a little bit about keyword categories. Now, you have to remember that in the Amazon listings, we're going to see different listings come up because different categories will be displayed based on what your search criteria is going to be. In fact, let's just do this. So if we typed in our search of Kindle ebooks and hit go, and you come down to the category listings down below, it'll say all the Kindle store. These are all the various categories that you're going to see. Now, what's different about categories is Amazon lists categories differently between the Kindle store and the regular books. And let me give you an example. So if we come back up here, and let's say I just want to go to the Kindle store, make sure we're okay there, and let's do stock trading, and let's look at Michael Swanson's review. You're going to notice that in the discussion, if we're going to have a little more discussion on the page here in just a second, but if you go down here to the Amazon bestsellers, what you're going to see is listings by Kindle store and books. Now you notice as you drill through, he goes from the Kindle store, books, money, investing, investing basics, and it's different in the books of business and money, investing, and introduction. And you need to be aware when you're doing your category research, you need to drill down and know that you're looking either in the Kindle store or the books. So you need to really start looking at. So if you come back up here, you're in investing basics. You come up here, you're going to start to see how it drills up through. So if you went into business and money, you're going to see all these different categories, and you just keep working your way up. So every time you're going to do your category research, remember you can do 2 categories for your book, for your Kindle publication. You need to know that you're in Kindle books in the Kindle store versus the regular books, and don't get confused when you look at competition of other books. Okay, next let's go ahead and look at individual book listing. Now let's bring up Michael Swanson's stock trading book. And you notice he has the various things that we can control within our product page. We have our book title, or excuse me, the book image here. We have our title and subtitle. We have our prices and our description, as well as our author page. And you can go in detail and look through the author page, as well as looking at the various other pieces of information. But those 4 areas are what you can control right up on front. And also, if you're going to look at how this affects a Google listing, let's just look at a Google listing for example. And for example, we type in strategic stock trading. You notice that different things come up, and see how Michael Swanson's information comes up here. So he knows that he's really commanding a lot of traffic within within Google. And here he is, number 1 for the keyword phrase strategic stock trading. Now you can see how this listing, how his main listing will only show the first few words as in the Google listing. So you need to be aware of these phrases. The first few words are going to be very important. It's going to be able to come up. So you want to match and make sure that you have good quality title information here that can be then come into a good Google listing. He's doing pretty good with a page rank or a page authority of 65, and then here's some good information for his description. So you just need to be aware of how this relates back to the page over here. Now, next, also, if you're going to do any research, go ahead and look at the book, click in there, and it'll show, as I've talked about, the first few pieces of information about the book, the title, and you want to get in here, and this is really important, table of contents. If you're going to do any research for your book, look at all the other various books and review what are the top information for the table of contents, and that's how you can brainstorm content for a book if you're having issues on trying to put together the information. This is going to give you a lot. Also, you see how the book is laid out with the image, the copyright information, the contents, and it just gets into the beginning of the book. Now, some authors might have author information, biographical information, links to an opt-in page. Sky's the limit, but that's where it's going to be seen. Also, we talk about the Kindle pricing. He has a paper book offer, but most of the time you're going to be doing the Kindle listing, and this is where it's going to come. Also, the description is really interesting. You notice that they have the read more button here where you can get down and dirty into getting more about the information. But again, you got to see how the first part of the listing is what people are going to read, and then they're going to drill down through and see what other people frequently brought together, what other recommendations of other books. If you're doing a series, this is really good to have your information there. Also, let's look at the product details. The paperback is 136 pages. ISB number, you don't need that per se, but you're going to have in a Kindle publication, you're going to also have the ASIN number. We don't have it here, but I'll see if I can find it here, and we'll be able to find it here in just a second. Here's the strategic stock trading of Michael Swanson's in the Kindle publication. When you do a particular search, if you're going to go a Kindle store search, they're going to give either a book. I'll probably give you the book listing first versus the Kindle, unless you start actually drilling down to the store issue, or excuse me, for the Kindle store. It gives it the title information, then the price information, the book, and the detail information. So if we scroll down to the product detail information, and here we are. Here's the ASIN number, and this is the information that you can use if you're going to research your book, and it will also be in the UR listing, and I'll show that to you here in just a second. Also, we talk about the bestseller ranking. He's number 32 in Investing Basics, 74 in Investing Introduction, and then we have all of the customer reviews. And remember, you want to get as many customer reviews as possible, and the first 3 reviews that come in are the ones that stick here forever. So you want to try to get reviews in there as quickly as possible. And finally, let's talk about the product page book URL. So if you come up here and you click on the URL, let's copy that and let's put it into a note tab, and let's start breaking this thing down. Let's widen this out a little bit so you can start to see how this really looks and how you're going to get the raw URL for any one of your Kindle books. Okay, so I've enlarge the URL here. Okay, so now what we see is there's certain things that you're going to see in here. Remember, we also talked about putting the keywords in for the stock trading, and what will happen is they'll be added as a variable at the very end, and we're going to come back to that in just a second and see how we can use that to our advantage. Also, when you go through and you want to find the raw URL, you want to go everything up to the end of the ASIN number, which is right here. Starts with the B, and anything after this slash where the REF, which is a variable indicator, everything from there needs to be eliminated. So this is the raw URL that you need. We'll go ahead and copy that. We'll come up into our address line, add that in, Check it out. And now you've got the raw URL to make sure when you're doing all of your SEO strategies, going to FiverrGids or GSA or any type of backlinking, you want to make sure that you have that core information in and making sure that that is your base URL that you need to use. Finally, a strategy that we're going to use for adding both a keyword phrase in conjunction with the ASIN number, we're going to take the ASIN number, do a comma, and put in the keyword phrase we want to use. For example, we're going to use stock trading, and you come right in here and you copy this, and you come back in here to your Google, or excuse me, the Amazon listing. And what happens is it gives you a special page that pulls both the ASIN number and the trade, the keyword information. And if you notice right up at the top in the listing, you get a full URL that has both the ASIN number and the stock trading, and you can use this URL in other marketing, which will then pull up this listing, which will then help boost the keyword phrases that will appear up in the search terms here. So you get a great looking page. It's isolated and also has other information and links that you can get. It will also give you other related books and results. You might have other related books that might be in a series that you're offering, but this is a really good tactic, and I also do talk about that in the Project X blueprint. So that's pretty much it for the Amazon Kindle plus Google strategies, and if you need to get more information, go ahead and drill into Amazon.com. Also check out the Project X blueprint information. We have everything printed up there, and if you got any questions, hit us up on the Amazon Facebook account there in the for Q&A, and hope you have a great success with your Kindle book. Again, this is Jim Utzinger, and I want to wish you great success in your Kindle product, and really appreciate you listening to all the videos. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.